Good morning, we're live. And it is Wednesday morning, so that means Coffee with Kathy. I want to welcome you all. This morning we have three templates that we're going to go over, and they are all Echo templates. And the first one I'm going to choose is spin and echo 9 and 10. Okay, so that really was two of them I was going to choose, not one. And the reason I'm doing 9 and 10 first is because they're so very similar in shape. Somebody asked me last night if um, spin and echoes, if any of these come in different sizes. Well, the spin and echo does. It goes all the way from, can go up to 12 inches, which is pretty sizable. Good morning, Joey. Good to see you. Linda, my Michigander buddy, is here. And Monica is here. Good morning. Linda Eaton is here. I hope your appointment went well, Linda. Good evening. Um, Joey has to get her hearing aids. Cactus Deb is here from Arizona. Good morning. My dog thinks that she should get treats because I'm online. Oh, Linda, my friend from New York, and Carla is here. Good morning, Carla. Hopefully this morning's it's going to give you some really good ideas. Cataract surgery, that is never fun, but very easy. At least that's the saving grace of it. And you'll see so much better afterwards, Linda. I know that my doctor keeps threatening me with it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's start with number 10. We're doing 8, 9, and 10 this morning. And okay, let's get her on the package. This is really kind of a cool template. I really like these spin and echoes. If we look at it, it gives us just a little etching up here that is going to give us the shape. Doesn't mean it's going to give us the size, it's going to give us the shape. We have the center here, and we go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there's another little hole down here. And I'm going to assume that will get us 13 inches. Okay. But I want to show you how we can really put a design on here that's going to look nice. Now, I normally have the pin ready to go, but every once in a while I like to review putting the pin in from the right side first will help us to create that little space back here. And then we're going to get it in correctly if we keep it straight, which I never am successful at doing, guys. Okay, just me, my ineptitude. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do half of this on this particular practice sandwich, and then we're going to come in with the number 9 on this half of the sandwich. So let's take a look. When we're spinning that go, what we're doing is we're going from reference line to reference line. Then we're going to turn and go from reference line to reference line. If we're doing a half a space, we're going to go to the center and we're going to be done. So let's do this as if it were half of a block, okay? Hi, Karen. Karen's here from Missouri, the Show Me State. I guess I need to show you, right? Oh, Lisa, good morning from Sugarland, Texas. Awesome place, Sugarland, Texas. No, enough. Okay, that's my dog wanting treats again. Have to tell her no, she can't have any more. So let's go ahead and start on the 5 inch. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my needle down and pull up my bobbin thread. I'm going to go ahead and set that down in there and put my needle down. Now I'm going to hold it this way so that we can show you we can come out this far or we can come out this far to stay on our lines. Let's go ahead and come out to the outside. Hi, Di. Good morning. It's going to be a great day. It's kind of nice here too. Not going to lie for a change. Okay, so here we go. We've got this portion lined up on our center line. I'm holding my my strings back, and we're going to come. And let's just do the first line to start with. So now I'm going to come here and I'm going to twist. This is the name of the template, Twist and Echo. So I'm going to twist. I'm going to come to center and over here to the right line. I guess that's really the left line. But this is going to give us kind of a cool shape. Okay, set my needle, set my foot, and here we go. And I'm going to stop again at the first line. I'm going to twist, and I need to get one more. And now we're going to come down. Now this is really kind of a cool design, and we're going to come back up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the difference in design if you come down and come back up, or if you come to the second line. Outside curve, you've got this. I know you can do it. And we're going to stop right there. And here I'm going to come to my center, okay? And we're going to stop right there. Now I'm going to take this out because I want you to see. This is really cool, isn't it? And what I'm going to show you is how different it will look if we come out to the second reference line as opposed to the first. Sorry, got distracted there. Okay, so here it is. Now, can we do this all the way up? Yeah, we can. Okay, if we come into, let's say 7, and we go here, we can come up to here, and we'll come back down to here. If we want, though, we can come up to here. And I'm going to show you that. I think I'll show you that at 6 because it'll just be a little bit bigger and it's going to really be different. And then we'll go out a couple, okay? Let's see how we're doing. Nancy's here. Good morning, Nancy. Good to see you. We're working on Spin and Echo. We're starting with Spin and Echo 10 this morning. And what we're going to do on this rotation is we're going to come out 2 reference lines, okay, of this block. I'm saving the other half for the next template we're going to work on. So the last time what we did was we came up to the first reference line and then we moved everything. This time we're going to come up to the second reference line. Okay, so here we go. My 1 stitch in place. Keeping those stitches just a little bit shorter because we're on an arc. I love arcs. I didn't think I ever would, but I'm telling you guys, once you learn to do arcs, it's like, oh, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. So it's really exciting once you learn them. Okay, so here we go. I've got my center lined up here. I'm going into reference lines on this one. And it looks like I've got to adjust my foot again. There we go. Well, that didn't help much. There. Now we should be good. And we're not. So maybe it's not my foot. Okay, I'm going to turn this way. There we go. Sometimes. Okay, there we go. That's what we call technical difficulty, okay? And it happens. And that's okay. So now I'm going to come up to reference lines over here. And I'm going to stop. I always want to stop with my needle now because now I'm going to twist my template or spin my template, I should say. Spin and echo. And now we're going to come down to the center line on this. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Isn't that cool? I mean, you could do this on purpose too. You could just surround the pointy ones with the less pointy ones. But this is what it will show you on a single reference line. This is on a double reference line. Now, why we call it spin and echo is going to be because when we spin it and we move it, we're going to be able to echo this. But let's see who's come in since I've looked last. Kathy's here from Long Island. Welcome, Kathy and Kim. Good morning from Atlanta. Oh, cooler but very humid. Yesterday it was like that here. It cooled off a little bit, but our humidity was still in the 70s. This morning our humidity has kind of lifted a little bit, and so have our temperatures. Very different, or very comfortable. Very different, but very comfortable. And Deb, isn't that amazing? How much different by just changing the number of lines you can get. So let's go ahead and do an echo on here, okay? And get a little drink there. And yes, girls, I have successfully not eliminated totally. I'm still going to have one cup of caffeine in the morning. Other than that, I'm done. Hi, Helen. Helen's joining us from Alabama. My grandkids have the other grandparents are in Alabama. And when they were young, they used to call it Abalama. Oh, it's amazing I can still say that. They've all grown up now. They know the difference. Okay, so we did this one on the 7-inch. And we did this one on the 6-inch. So let's go ahead and do this one on the 7-inch then. Okay, again, we're going to come out to reference lines. Okay, there we go. I love when we have a template and we can do certain things with it, and that is more than one thing, and get such different looks because I feel like I'm getting more for my money then. And as long as none of my family is here, I can tell you I'm not cheap, but I'm frugal. My dad says I'm cheap. He always said he'd see moths fly out of my wallet if I ever opened it. Oh, but when it comes to quilting, there's nothing too inexpensive for me, I always say. Okay, so this is just 1 inch bigger. And what you're going to see is, I just love these. This is going to give us such a pretty echo. And what's really cool, oops, I was wondering why it wasn't meeting up. That's because I was supposed to go too. What is really cool about this is I love the opportunities this gives us for templating and for adding different things in. For example, on this echo, we could add 1/2 inch circles on it. We could add free motion on it, and I'll give you a little example of the free motion I'm talking about. But there's a lot of different things we can do. We can even applique every other round with it and have it look awesome that way as well. Okay, there we go. Got myself lined up. This is not a difficult outside curve, guys. This outside curve is very doable. Just take your time. Keep your stitch length short. Okay. And this is what we get. Is that gorgeous or what? I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, Joyce is here. She says there's nothing wrong with being frugal. Thank you, Joyce. I need you here when my family argues about money because it's always mine that they want. Go figure, right? Oh, I always tell them, nope, sorry, I'm broke. And they all know better by now, but that's okay. Oh, all right. So we did number 6, we did number 7. Let's do number 9. Let's skip one, okay? And let's see how this one looks. Now on the number 9, you know what? I'm going to try this. I cannot promise how it's going to turn out. But on the number 9, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and down here, up here and down here, just like we did on that first rotation. Let's see what that's going to look like, okay? It may be really cool, or it may be, good grief, Kathy, what are you thinking of this morning? Go get some caffeine. Right? Here we go. This is where it gets, ruler work gets to be so much fun, is all the experimenting we get to do. And granted, it's better to do it on paper first, but for you guys, I want you to be able to see it. The only way you really get a good look at it is if I'm stitching it out. So here's one stitch in place. Remember, we're only putting one reference line on this rotation. Okay, I'm gonna snip those threads, get those out of the way. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn so that I have one rotation in between, which is what we want. I'm thinking this is going to be really a very interesting pattern that we're developing here. And one reference line out and stop. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to spin that template. And we're going to come down to the center. And up we're going to go. And needle down. Spin our template. Come around like this. And let's going to come to the next template, or the next reference line, excuse me. And then we're going to come down to the center. Okay, let's see what we made here. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Hi, Patsy. Good morning. Welcome from New Mexico. So good to have you here. Okay, so this is the Spin and Echo 10 that we're working on. And we're working on different ways that we can go ahead and stitch it. And this is kind of cool. Now, do you guys think we need an echo here of this one or another echo of this one? I know what my thoughts are. I want to hear yours. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it is kind of pretty. It almost looks like could be sunrise. Could be, you never know what it could be. So I'll just take your lead on which way you want me to do it. Single reference lines like we have here, or double reference lines like we have here. Is everybody asleep out there? Okay. Linda's correct. This could be a really nice frame for embroidery. Double reference lines. Patsy wants double. Linda says, I think another single would look great. Okay. And then we have Linda wants the single and Cactus Deb wants the double. We need a tiebreaker here, guys. So whoever speaks up next is going to be our tiebreaker. Oh, wait a second here. Okay. Single. All right. We got single is definitely the winner here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this on. This time I'm going to put it on the 11. Now, oh, let's see what 10 is going to bring us. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of doing 10 inches. So let's see where that's going to, what that's going to do. I did cut my bobbin thread. Oh, somebody should slap me when I forget. Okay. Now, the reason I picked that is because what I want you to notice here, yeah, this is easy to see. Linda said the Lindas are on the same wavelength, and you guessed that right. Okay, so we start closer up here. We're going to get further away. And then when we come back to center over here, we're not going to be as far away. So let's go ahead, pull that thread up, and okay, hello. There we go. I knew I could do this. It was just a matter of a minute or so, right? Okay. Now we're going to come up on the single, take my first stitch in place. And what I really like is the spacing is so different every time you go around in a rotation. The spacing is going to pull out just a little bit differently. And that is what I really, really like about these templates. Okay, now we're going to stop at the center line. I'm going to stop with my needle down because I want to turn my fabric. Would I normally turn my fabric like this? No, I really wouldn't, guys. I am doing this because I really want you all to see exactly what I'm doing here. Lining my center up each time. That's what's important. And we're going to come back to the center. And back up to this next reference line. And we're going to do this 1.5 more times. Okay, here's one. And all the way up. And this one will be our halfway. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Oh, I do. I really, really like this. You know, I'm not crazy about this part in here, but I love it out here. Isn't that funny? What do you think? Well, good morning, Lois. Good to see you. Helen says, yes, all the Lindas are sticking together. Oh, isn't that the truth? Oh, yeah, we're liking this one, right? I really think this one's awesome. I am going to give you guys here we go. I'm going to, that's number 10. Okay. I'm just getting the link here for y'all. All right. The Sydney Opera House. Linda, you are so right. That is awesome. Okay, so here's the link to the template 10, Spin and Echo template 10. I love this, guys. I do. You know, some of these I haven't used as much, and as I'm going through my templates and using them, I'm going, oh, this one's going to get used more, and I already can think of a project that I'm working on that's going to get that one used more. So let's take a look now at Spin and Echo 9. Now, Spin and Echo 9 and Spin and Echo 10 are similar. They're similar in the way that they work. They are similar with the center. Their little echo line, whoops, over here is even similar. But that's pretty much where the similarities end. Because what I want you to see is that if we look at the difference in the depth of this template as opposed to the depth of this template does come down quite a bit as opposed to this one. So this is template 10 that we just worked on. Now we're going to take a look at template 9, okay? And I just want to put these away as I'm using them so I don't get totally confused and don't lose them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start at 4. Okay, 4 is a really, really close place. We're going to go ahead and do 2 reference lines on this. Can you do one? You can. I personally don't think it would be very successful. Do you want me to do one just to show it? Let's see what everybody says. I'm going to get a drink. Okay. No, no, I'm not getting a lot of feedback. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do it 2 reference lines. And if we want to try the 1 reference line, we'll do it when we get out farther. Because quite honestly, from here to here is not that much. And then you're going to go, so you go here to here, and then you're going to go here to here. And it's just not a whole lot, but it could be kind of fun. Okay, Di said, sure, let's see it. Okay, let's go ahead, Di. All right. So we're going to come to reference line number, we're starting on reference line number 1. We're going to stitch to reference line number 2 because the first one, like the last one, is only going to be half of it. And we're going to come around and we're going to come back to center and up again, stop and turn. Oops, there we go. Got to turn all the way. Oh, I'm kind of glad we're doing this. And now we're going to turn again. Come down. And come back up. There we go. And one more rotation. And this is going to bring us right back to our halfway point. Okay, now I'm going to let you know my feelings on this. And it's going to be pretty clear. I like this much more than I like this. Okay? I like, you wouldn't believe that this is a curve. When you look at this, it's straight. So let's go ahead and move out a little bit on this. And we do have another whole practice standard, so we've got half of one we can go on. So that was 4. Let's move up to 5, okay? And let's see what that's going to give us. And again, we'll do the single instead of the double. And this is our echo. Okay. Okay. Linda says it's kind of flat. Yes, Linda, it is. It really is. And Linda Eaton said that's surprising. Looks better than I thought it would. Linda Eaton, I'm with you too. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot. Debbie says I really like them both, actually, right? Okay. Di says, since the elevate box patterns are mini, do we need ideas for mini blocks? It's a good question. Are you talking about the blocks being 6 inches, correct, Di? I think that's what you're saying. This would work. This would work in them. Yes, definitely. And I don't know yet what's coming out for quarter 4. But I think basically what we've done, what Stacey and Company has done, is they've put templates. They've made templates in smaller sizes so that they fit the 6-inch blocks. But as I said, this would definitely work as well. And you have a whole array of spin and echo templates that we haven't even touched yet, but we are going to. So here we go. We're going to do this one the same on reference lines. We're going to go out 1, and then we're going to come back in 1. And out 1. You know what this I'm thinking of? Our stripes quilt. Remember that one? This would be a perfect tool for quilting the stripes quilt. Because a class I really would like to do again. All I need to do is find the time. Okay, so we're going to come in and back out. Make sure that needle is down. That is so ever so important. And we're going to come down right here and stop. Look at, I'm loving it. And if you look at the package, this is nothing like what the package shows us because we're not doing it in the same manner that they did it here. So let's go ahead now. Oh man, I love this. We're going to go ahead and do it the way it was intended to be done on the outside of this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that too. What's it hung up on? Oh, my staple tape. What do you think, guys? I'm loving it. Right, if you, oh yeah. Okay. Di, did I answer your question satisfactorily? Because you talked about the Elevate boxes are mini. Do we need ideas for mini blocks? Um, I think we always need ideas. I really do. Um, and you'll notice when we do the Elevate box, there are the pre-printed panel samples, and that's where we hopefully we all give you a little bit different ideas as to how you can quilt the 6-inch blocks. And if you want more dye, let us know, okay? Please. Helen says, I'm just amazed. A friend gave me that foot for my machine, but she didn't know what it was. Oh, and look at you now, Helen. Awesome. Oh, and Di says, right, if you went all the way around, you could look like a starry flower, and you absolutely could. I love it. And Linda says, such a different shape from the tan. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Linda says, looks great. Linda Shell says, it definitely looks nice on single reference line because it looks more like a star. If you double reference line it, it will be a little more flat, and it will. Right now, we're going to do it that way right after we answer Di's question, right? We always need ideas for every size block, but often the minis are a bigger challenge. Di, you're right. You are definitely right. A smaller block will give us more challenge, but the spin and echo, I think, is actually answering that challenge for us. Look at this. I love it. And what is the size of this? Where I want to just go ahead because I'm sure it's the same as it would be for the other version. So this is 3.5 inches here, 3.5 inches. Yep. So even though I've got it on the 5 or the 6, whichever I had it on, it's still only 3.5 inches. Well, yeah, because it's going to be 1 3/4 inches here. So it does give us some smaller opportunities here. Now let's go ahead and do some on the second line, which is where it's designed to go. And Linda said it right. She said it's going to look a little flatter, and it is. It's going to be a little flatter than the spin and echo number 10. So we're going to come all the way out to here this time. One stitch in place. Out we go. And we're going to stop at our second reference line on this one. Okay, there we go. Now we want to spin it. And we want to line up that center of anything. I think the most important part of stitching these spin and echoes up is making sure that that center line is in fact lined up. And now we're going to come back to our center. There we go. Moving. So there is another reason why I'm moving so often. I have camera arms in front of me running across here, and my arm can only go so far. And you know what? That's about as far as it can go before I have to stop and move it. There we go. Now we're going to come back this way. Again, centering that line, and it always lines up perfectly. Now, if you don't want to break thread, what you could do is you could just lift yourself up, put a couple small stitches in here, lift yourself up, and go ahead and move the template up, and what we call a jump stitch. It's not working. There we go. So now what we're going to have here is a little jump stitch. And we can come in when we're done and we can just snip off all those jump stitches. Okay? This is going to be, I think, about the end of being able to get these guys with two reference. As you can see, we're coming right to the end of the arrow, or right to the end of the template. Why did I take that off? Okay, so we're going to come around here, right there. We're going to just move around the end of that template. There we go. Okay, now I'm not exactly at the center, so I'm just going to move that in a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to come up. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to twist my template just a little bit because it wants to be more on the side of the template instead of the tip of the template. And what we want is we want that tip right there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to spin it again and come all the way back. Okay. That is a beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that just is a beautiful frame for embroidery, guys. Oh my goodness. We have so much good stuff going on here this morning. Okay, I'm just going to stitch out of the way. I'm going to go up further, yeah. I can always stitch back down. Okay, so that was number 7. Let's go to number 9. Okay. All righty. Let's get a drink here. And now I can only go one reference line, right? I'm not going to reach this second reference line. So we're going to go ahead and stay on that first reference line. And let's see how it looks. And I'm thinking it's going to look really good. Okay. Again, we're going to come down into, we're going to encroach on the reference or the rotations we already took. Stop right here, spin our template down to center, up to the top, needle down. Don't forget that, so important, that function. And with this machine, I am the function. This machine doesn't give me an opportunity to push a button. Sometimes I wish it would, but all in all, this is still always the machine I come back to. It really is my favorite. Okay, just one more stitch. There we go. Okay, guys, does this look different, right? Let's go ahead and do another one like that. I'm just going to stitch out here. And that was number 9, right? Yes. So let's do number 11. This is going to give us an 11-inch design. Again, we can only go out to the first reference line. Stop with our needle down. I like this chunkiness here going on. Kind of chunky like me. Okay, now we're going to go. And we're going to go back up. And let's go ahead and let's spin that template. Well, that could be a show, call or a tagline for a show. Spin that template. Okay, up we're gonna go. We only have 1.5 to navigate here. And the templates that we're doing on Tuesday nights are somewhat similar to these. They're spinning wheels, I think they're called. So they have a lot of the same characteristics, but they also have a lot of differences to them. So they are going to be different. Okay, what do you guys think? I will like this one too. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. All kinds of fun things we can do with this. I like this chunky thing going on right here. I could see templing that. You could template inside of here. You could template this or every other, if you did it one at a time. If you did this design all the way out, this is what it turns into. It does not stay sharp like this because what we've done here is we have followed the same points, the same valleys, the same points, the same valleys up here and down here. And the further out it gets, the softer this arc gets. Okay, here it's very sharp, here it's very soft. So that is spin and echo 9. And when you look at it, really spin and echo 9 and spin and echo 10 are really quite similar. If you look here and here, you'll see that this one is a little flatter, this one is more bulbous, but they're both gorgeous, right? Loving it. Linda loves it too. Wait, good job, Linda. Always want to love it. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this one off. This practice piece gone. And I'm going to put another one on. And this one we're going to do is spin an echo number 8. And yeah, we got time. I'm going to do this one in its entirety, okay? And there goes my tack. Perfect. I love it. Oh, no, it's not perfect, guys. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? It's over to the left just a bit. So what's going to happen here? How can you see it best? There we go. So what's going to happen is any degree of error is going to be compounded with every rotation. And that is why I really firmly emphasize take your time and get that tag centered as perfectly as you can. There we go. No, it keeps going back to the same place. We can't get it to move. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So let's pull out Spin and Echo 8. It's got a little different shape to it. And that's what makes these guys unique, is the shapes it has. If you look, it flattens off on the top right here. Let's pull the other ones out and compare them. I think that's important to do. All right. So this is echo number 9. I'm going to put that one there. And this one is going to be Spin and Echo number 10. And we're going to put that on top. So if we line these guys all up right here, I'm going to turn this light off right here for a second. So if we line these guys up right here, you're going to see that Spin and Echo 10 comes down further than any of the other ones, okay, the 9 or 8. It also has a much curvier top to it, okay? Then we went to Spin and Echo number 8. No, we went to Spin and Echo number 9. I'm sorry. I just had them in the wrong order. Okay. And there we go. So Spin and Echo number 9 is much straighter in here and much shorter. It still has a roundness to it, but it flattens off a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Now, Spin and Echo 8 is very curved down here, but it's flatter up here. So this is how all these different shapes come to be, is that they are all just a little bit different. Okay? And here we go. We'll get you back down here. There. Oh, Jean, good morning. Jean has joined us from Mount Vernon, Washington. Good morning, Jean. We are getting to the last template that we are demonstrating this morning. And I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the 12-inch. We're going to start here. Let's start with the 5-inch. Okay. What we're going to do, I have an idea. What we're going to do, it's scary. When I get an idea, it gets scary, doesn't it? Okay. On one side, we're going to do one reference line at a time. On the other side, we're going to do the 2 reference lines at a time. Okay. So this is going to be the same template on 2 different ways on the same rotations, no less. I'm going to take 1 stitch in place. There we go. I'm going to come up to my first reference line and stop. There we go. Now I'm going to twist my spin my template. I want to say twist. We're going to go one reference line to center, one reference line to the point. And stop. We're going to spin again and again. One reference line to center and one reference line to the point. And what you're going to see, this is interesting. Yeah, what you're going to see is my points aren't going to be exactly the same each time. They're going to be close, but not exactly the same. And that's just error from how I drew them in. Okay, so on this half, I'm going to go 2 reference lines. So we're finishing up this half, and now we're starting the second half at 2 reference lines. Okay, so now we want to go 1, 2. And you don't have to worry counting, because your template is going to tell you when you need to stop. Okay? Remember now, this is at 5 inches. And we're going to come all the way up this side. Oh, I'm making a mess here. Okay, there we go. And we're going to stop here. Now we're going to spin our template, and we're going to come back to our center line. I will say one thing. By doing the 2 reference lines, what we are gaining here, oh, that's why I was going to say that looks off. What we're gaining here, oh, it looks like a fox, guys. All right. I'm sorry, but when I saw that, it was like, boom, that's fox. It really can't be what it is. Isn't that funny? So anyway, what I was about to say before I had that epiphany is that if you go with 2 lines, you are actually creating squareness. So if you have a block that falls within those measurements, and that would be 5 inches, because you got 5 inches from side to side. If you have a 6-inch block, doing this one time on the 5-inch pin would give you a very nice square for your to stitch in. Okay, now we're going to go on 6. Did anybody else see a fox? I'm just curious. Oh, that was plain old funny. I'm sorry. What I find amusing, other people probably do not. Okay, here we go. Again, 1 reference line on this side. And now this reference line is going to go out quite a way, because we have this flatness and then we have that steep curve. Yeah. Linda Lombardo sees it. Must be a Michigan thing, right, Linda? Okay. So now we're going to come to our next reference line, and we're going to stitch from here down the hill and back up, and we're going to stop right there. Okay, another one. and up the hill and stop right there. Right now I'm not really sure which way I like it better. Now this one, I'm going to come here to finish out this side of the block. And here I'm going to come up to reference line and stop. On the top of that reference line, you see how much flatter this is. Oops, go too fast. All right. And up that hill, you want to stay on this template. It can easily spit you off if you're not paying attention. Okay? Because we are getting so close to the edge of this template, it would be easy to come off of it. And please don't ask how I know that. So I'm going to start out nice and slow, and then we're going to move on. Okay? And here we go. Now what we've got is a double fox. Oh, guys. I know this is silly. It's morning. What can I say? Okay, so this is going to be, now we did this at how many inches? I wasn't paying attention. 6. Yep, 6 inches. So from here to here should be 6 inches. And it is. So if you were to do this all the way around, what you have done is you have made a beautiful frame for yourself. Okay? If you have done this all the way around, you're going to have 5.5 inches instead of 6 inches. Okay? Again, an awesome frame. However, the difference between this one lends itself to a square block and this one really doesn't. You might want to put something extra in here, like something coming if your block were this way. Let's just do some experimenting here, guys, okay? So if your block were coming this way, and you want to, here's our block. And it's coming across here. And coming down here. And coming across here. Okay, so this is approximately a 6-inch block. So you'll see how this beautifully fills out the block. This, not so much. So what you'll want to do, what I choose to do in situations like this, is you could come in with the curly cue here. Come like this, and then come like this, and fill out that block. Fill out the square. And there's plenty of things you can put in here. You can put a number 4 template in here. like that, like that, and like that. Okay, my drawing's not that great, but you get the idea, right? uh, so anyway, that could be a way of doing it. Now, you could bring this out and keep coming. Okay, this is, let me see, this is 6. So let's do 7. So you could also do this. It's not going to fill it up the same way, but it's going to give you some ideas. Okay. I got my stitch and line discs out here, guys. Love my stitching line discs. Boy, I use these things almost daily. I should have them in a little pocket around my neck. Okay, so you could keep that shape going and come out like this and all the way to the center. I'm going to do one on 8 also. I skipped 8. I didn't mean to. And you could keep it coming out like this. And even on the sides, you could keep it coming out on that, like that. And what I mean is coming in and out like this. And I think it would be cutting it too close, but if you really wanted to, you certainly could make that little curve in here. So what you're doing here is this is keeping the motion of this curve, and it's bringing it all the way out, where this half is just, I mean, this is just a beautiful frame, guys. It really is. For a small spinifex, you've got 1.5, 2, 3. You've got 3 inches from here to here, okay? Which means you have a 3-inch square in the center. So you could really do some fun things with it. And when you made your 3-inch square, and let me just show you something here that just came to my mind. A lot of these things just come to my mind. Okay, I'm going to take the pin out. All right. So we're going to make a 3-inch square in here. If I can figure out how to do it. Okay. Well, let's make a 2.5 because we don't want it to cut our pattern. Okay. So here's 2.5. Here is, and to make 2.5, I'm making 1.25 on each side away from the center. Okay. 1.25. And I'm going to totally be honest with you guys, I'm not taking my time doing this. It's very quick. And I'm going to come here. Okay, well, that isn't exactly a square now, is it? I would need to come down here. But let's look at this half, okay? So what you could do with this half is you could do your mini 2.5-inch spinifex would work in this shape, in this shape here. Let's just look at this one. So the 2.5-inch would work. You could take also, once you got your mini spinifex, and you could come in here with my favorite curly cues, right? Come in this way and around here. And if you really wanted to be, you know, kind of fill it up, you could do something like this between the two, between the two shapes here. And you could even come in here and maybe do some small circles coming around here. I have learned to fall in love with 1/4-inch circles, guys. Can you believe that? I absolutely love doing them now. I used to hate them, and now I absolutely love them. Kind of like the 4-inch arc. I used to dislike that a great deal too, but subsequently I have learned how to use it correctly. And then, or you could come in with cross hatching here. There's a whole lot of different designs that can be made. And this is where it is so beneficial to get yourself on paper and pencil and start playing. Okay, let's see. Linda says, I was thinking a single reference line looked like a spider's web, but once you said you saw it's like a tutu. Isn't it funny how we see different things? Okay, let's look at Linda Lombardo. Thanks for pointing out the square versus the round shape. She wouldn't have seen it. Okay. Um, you wouldn't have caught on to that. Yeah, it's those little things as you move along in your journey, you're going to start noticing those things. And when you do, if you're like me, you're going to look at it as how can I fill up that space? I don't want to leave any space unturned. I want to quilt everything. They say I quilt things to death. Yeah, I maybe I do quilt things to death, but it's my expression. It's how I get to express myself. And nobody can take that away from me. Linda says, I like the first part that you did with the template 9. I'm wondering how you would expand it and still have those little points. I know this. It does make sense, Linda, and it is going to flatten out a little bit each time we go. But if we're talking about this side here, those points are always going to be here with this particular template. This one, however, this is about as big as you can get to go on a 2 reference line shift. Okay, just so you're aware of that. Okay. Linda, oh, my friend. Yes, I love the mixture free motion ruler work. So do I. I think that's why I'm so enamored with Anne's work. She's always putting free motion in, and she is so, so good at it. And I just love watching her and getting ideas. Um, Okay, Joey says, I love this. Disregard my question. I just answered it. Awesome, Joey. Awesome. And Deb says she likes these templates more than she thought she would. Oh, you're welcome, Deb. Thank you. Okay. Di says, so many demos are done with squares, circles, edge to edge, or border. What about doing some in rectangle and triangles? Actually, Di, I have done a few of those with them, but we can do more. We'll definitely do more. Let's take a look at this one, and this is how I do it, guys. This is how I'm going to make my triangle. And I'll do it on paper and pencil first, of course. Here we go. Now I've got a triangle. Now, the question is, how can I use this with a triangle? Well, I can come straight up. I can turn it this way. And you know what? This may not lend itself real good to a triangle design, but we don't know that until we've tried. So here I'm going to come up like this. Okay? Then I'm going to come up like this, and whoops, there goes my pencil. And we're going to get some more pencil out. There we go. I love these pencils and I hate these pencils. And the reason that I love them is because they leave us such a nice, fine line. The reason that I hate them is they break all the time and the leads are so expensive. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in here. Okay, So what you see is you've got this, this, and this. Maybe not the best. Um, you could come up and do another line of it. And I don't think I would use this for a triangle. Now, if I came from this end, what would I have? Okay, I would have this. Whoops. There we go. I could use it coming from this direction and it would work much better. And I've probably got so many lines on here, you can't really see what I'm doing anymore. But that's how we figure it out. And I think it's a great question, and I think we should probably pay more attention to triangles and rectangles. Okay? Now, this morning, what I did, actually, these are right here, kind of rectangles, right here. There we go. This one is a rectangle that we did right here. So these particular templates lend themselves well to rectangles. Joey, thank you for stopping in. Have a great day, okay? Linda, good evening. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Have a great weekend. Oh, yes, you do. Plumbers and electricians. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Linda. Have a good week. Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. So that's kind of, we really went over this morning, but if you don't mind, I don't mind. And that is what we've had a lot to show you, a lot of ideas thrown around here this morning, and that's just fabulous. That's what we come here for, right? So, anyway, as our morning comes to an end, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Please go to the 906 YouTube channel as well. And mm, if you have any questions, you know how to get hold of me. All my contact information is at sosteady.com under instructors, and everything you need to get a hold of me is there except my address. Oh gosh, that is too funny. Anyway, next week I will be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday, we're going to be doing Donna McCauley's Daisy. I love the Daisy. It's so much fun, and it does so much more than I ever thought it would. And then on Tuesday evening, we're doing Spinning Wheels number 7 and number 10. And on Wednesday, it looks like we're going to do, oh, you know what, guys? I messed up. Next Wednesday, we're doing Spin and Echo 8, 9, and 10. Actually, we were supposed to do 11, 12, and 13. We're just going to switch that out. Next week, we'll do 11, 12, and 13. So I hope you all have a great week. If you have, oh, thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. That's very kind. I hope you guys have a great week until we meet each other again. Let's quilt.